So you could do stuff like eccentric loading to where you're breaking down muscle tissue and fascial tissue so that it has a chance to reheal in a more organized fashion. So that's one thing. Another thing is neuromuscular. So we have these little components inside of the muscle called muscle spindles and Golgi tendon organs in the tendon. Muscle spindles react to extreme stretch. So the faster you stretch a muscle, the more it will react. That's why we have something called the stretch shorten cycle. This is just textbook. If, let's say, a muscle overstretches faster than what it's capable, then it will want to react. And that's where we typically see muscle pulls, right? Yeah. This muscle will react and it will want to shorten. And for some people, it might become more of a chronic issue if they become to favor that leg and shift onto another side. If you overload a tissue, like let's say too much weight, the Golgi tendon organ is supposed to say, hey, I'm not able to handle this load, and it will turn off the neurological component to that muscle so that you bail or fail to lift that thing. Like if you go to pick up a car, but you're not in this high stress environment, your body's going to be like, no, I'm not going to do this. You're going to tear everything. So the Golgi tendon organ decreases the stimulus that muscle's able to get. Now there's other extremes where, let's say you go into a landing from a really high box. You're not used to it. You've done like maybe 15, 20 inch box drops landing on the ground, but you're playing around with some friends, you're goofing off in the gym, whatever that looks like, and you jump onto a 40-inch box and you go to jump off of it. Let's say your patellar tendon is unable to handle that load, and you do this because you're just messing around. There's no adrenaline into it, so it's not ready to take that kind of reaction. When you land, it tries to take all of that load. So you can tear a ligament or a tendon or muscle tissue if it's overloaded. So it breaks the stimulus of the Golgi tendon organ. When that happens, it takes a very long time to rehab. And the situation is kind of the same. You have to get the muscle spindle to understand, yes, I can re-lengthen to the position I was again. For the Golgi tendon organ, it's like, yes, I can reload this tissue. You don't have to protect it anymore. So it's all about reprogramming how the nervous system is able to integrate into that muscle, tendon, ligament.
Okay, so right. It sounds like, so a one-time injury like that can, at least for a period of time, reprogram the neurological like innervation of the muscles. Is that about right? Okay.
Yep. That's why like people that get into car accidents have long-term chronic pain. It's because it wasn't addressed correctly because of all the things that happen in a car accident. It's psychological. So it could be, I'm going to forget the name of it right now. I was talking about it a couple days ago where it's more somatic. It'll come back to me eventually.
Yeah.
But it's all based on how your perception of something is now deep rooted in emotion. And that's why the pain doesn't go away.
So it's your perceptions of it affect the pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
It could make it worse based off of personal perception.
That does track.
Or emotional tie-in.
Yeah. So, okay, let's a lot of things already. So
there's a ton.
We have the muscles and the fascia running through them, and those, if they get damaged, can be repaired. I didn't know that the fascia can be repaired, is because you said it's a similar.
It's connective tissue.
Yeah, it's in connective tissue, like ligaments, tendons. Those generally don't get a whole lot of blood supply. Is that
they don't get a whole lot of blood supply depending on the location.
Okay.
But they do heal.
Okay, I see. And then I guess let's start there. What would be the best way to, if you do have an injury, like a damaged muscle, to heal that and the fascia through strength training?